start by finding the y-intercept, which is where this the line that we have crosses the y-axis, which is this point right here, and that is -8, and that is the b value. So it should say y equals, with our slope, and then the x, and our b value is -8. Now we need to calculate the slope by finding 2 points on our graph. We're going to go down as we move from left to right, so our slope should be negative. And we went down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 boxes, and over 1. We want to check and make sure that the scale on our axis is counting by ones, because if it's not, we might have to change that number to match whatever the scale is. So our slope is -9, that change in the vertical, divided by 1, which is the change in the horizontal, which comes out to -9. And I'm going to fill that in right here. This problem wants us to also write it in standard form, which has the x and the y terms on the same side. So using some algebraic skills, we are going to move that 9x to the other side. It is currently negative, so we need to flip it to a positive and move it over. These, -9 and +9, add to 0. So I have 9x plus y equals -8. It says a, b, and c are integers, which means they are whole numbers. So I have 9, an invisible 1, and a -8. So they're all whole numbers. And a, that coefficient on the x, can't be negative, and it is +9. So we are finished with number 4. Moving on to number 5. Find out where it crosses the y-axis. It looks like it is counting by 2's this time. So there's a point here and a point here. So as we count up, we go 2, 4, and it's up, so it's positive, and then over 2. So our slope is 4 over 2, and 4 divided by 2 is 2. I'm going to erase this just so we can see where it crosses that y-axis, which is this point right here, because the axis is going through right here. So that's -2, -4, -6, -8, -10, -12, -14. So our equation is going to start to look like this. Y equals 2x minus 14, because our intercept is at -14. Moving this over by changing it from a positive to a negative. These create a 0 pair. I have -2x plus y equals -14. But I have a problem, because a, the coefficient on the x, cannot be negative. So everything needs to get multiplied by -1 to eliminate the negative in front of that 2. -1 times -2 tells you to do the opposite, which is 2x. The opposite of plus y is minus y. And the opposite of -14 is +14. Moving on to number 6. Number 6. This one is counting by 5's. I see a point here, and a point here, and a point there. So I'm going to count down as I move from the left to the right. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Down is indicated by a negative number, and then over 5. The vertical direction goes on top, and the horizontal change goes on the bottom. -25 divided by 25 is -5. 25 divided by 5 is 5, but we have to use that negative still. And my intercept, where it crosses, is at 45, it looks like. So I have y, my slope is negative 5, and it crosses at 45. We need to change it to standard form. So from a negative 5 to a positive 5, we get 5x over here, and we have a positive y. And this side, these add to 0, so we are left with 45 on the right side.